Hello, I'm Anand, and today I'll be presenting my idea for DocPilot, along with how I plan to implement this project and grow it into a meaningful open source initiative. So, before diving right into the project itself, I'd like to briefly describe my own open source contributions. So I've got multiple merged PRs in various projects in Aussie. I've also got other contributions in organizations such as FOSS42 and Paracels Foundation. I often take participation in various open source events such as the Hacktoberfest and the World Script Summer of Code or the Social Summer of Code. Now, moving on to the design aspect of Pilot, I've created an initial Figma prototype to outline the core structure of the project. Now, here, the primary user is divided into two categories. One is the patient and other is the doctor. So, for the scope of version 1 and for my GSA proposal, I am focusing primarily on the doctor side of the experience, although the patient side would be similar in terms of the UX. Starting with authentication, the doctor can log in using his email address or password, and also on the first sign up, they need to verify that email using a email OTP combination. Okay, so this is the dashboard which provides a comprehensive overview of the doctor activity, such as the weekly insights and the performance of the doctor and their upcoming appointments as well. So upcoming appointments has been fetched from here, and clear and a more better view comes in the calendar view, where they can see exactly when and where they'll have to meet their patients, and they can directly drag the appointments to reschedule. So if any urgent task has been assigned to them, the less priority task gets rescheduled. So there is the patient tab right here, which serves as the core of the EMR systems. Here, doctor can manage and view all the patients and their past history and all of the patient related details. So it's like a patient have got messages, like the doctor and the patient could directly contact with each other. Now they've got medical details, documents, bills, and any upcoming appointments or prescription history, all related to one patient in one particular section. Also, the doctor could click on this floating action button to add another patient. Like here are the details that would be required for a new patient to be added, and after that, they would be available in his patient section. So yeah, the most important feature of DocPilot is the AI powered prescription or the AI prescription generation using the conversational AI. So there are basically two ways through which prescription could be generated. One is by doctor uploading an audio or by recording it live. So now what happens after this is there are two different flows through which a prescription could be generated. So these are the two flows how like the app could route through. So one is online and one is an offline. That is our primary focus of how we are using or we are empowering using Sunny tools, right? So this would be the local flow and this would be the online flow. That is the online flow would have much more accuracy to the prescription in comparison to the offline flow because it has got models that are trained on much larger parameters. So this is the basic flow of the online. First, the DocPilot app stores the audio in the app write bucket and then calls the separate app write function. So there are two tasks for the app write function to follow. First is interaction with the DeepGram AI that contains the Nova 3 medical model, which is specialized for medical transcription. So sending the audio to DeepGram API AI and getting the medical transcription back. The next step is to send this transcription to Gemini and Gemini API basically. So we could use Gemini Flash 2, that is a past model and it's often cheaper, right? Then getting the structured output in form of JSON. And this structured output would be used to generate the prescription on the DocPilot app, like generating the PDF and then showing it to the user. So this is how it would happen in offline mode of saving the audio to local storage and then sending the audio to a speech to text model that can include Whisper or Vosk and then sending the prescription to local LLM such as Gemma, that is a light model that could be used on device to get a structured output using this model, which would be again a JSON. And in a similar fashion, JSON structured data would be used to display or generate the PDF, and that would be further shown to the user. This is an example of a test prescription that will be generated, like the name, age, and date, diagnosis, hypertension, and a similar PDF like this would be generated with the help of the app itself. And the package we are going to use specifically for Flutter is Sync Fusion PDF. So I would like to imply a different approach aiming better maintainability. Now, what exactly is this? I have worked on other OSI projects such as Resonate, Monumento, and NeuroTrack. And NeuroTrack resembles closely with DocPilot. So this is where I want something different. So I propose that we create a package-based implementation. So what exactly is this and how will it work is like this. The patient and the doctor app in the NeuroTrack contains same components, similar UI, and almost similar theming, with a difference of just a color. Like the dog pilot have as the purplish theme and the patient has the pink. So there's a difference. Is similar theming, duplicate UI components, challenging maintainability. When updating one component over here, we have to rewrite the code and update the same component over here. So what I propose is using a DocPilot core package. So how this would work is create a package that contains all the theming utilities and the component UI components, and then using this package under both the apps. So that would create a better maintainable structure and a better architecture for using in both the apps. So like using blue theme for the doctor app and pink theme for the patient app, and all the components adjust to the same the color application. So this is what I believe we should move forward with our package based architecture. I believe we could also implement such architecture in the NeuroTrack app as well, so that we have achieved a better maintainability and a better overall architecture. Now, digital PDF signing is what I would like to implement in the app, leveraging digital signatures to guarantee authenticity, integrity, and non-repudiation. Let me give you more context over this. So the generated PDF over here, which was pending the digital signature, would be used here, right? Every doctor would have a PFX certificate assigned to him. This PFX certificate would be stored in app, right? And we only store the file ID of the PDF of the PFX certificate here, and this PFX certificate would be used to generate along with a biometric to sign the PDF. So it's like using the PFX certificate and a biometric such as face as a password, and which will be used to sign the PDF. And after signing the PDF, this PDF can be distributed to the patients and stored under his archive. Now, this is how exactly it looks like. A signed PDF would show a banner like this on all the PDF viewers that this document is digitally signed. And in viewing the signature, these are the properties. Prescription signed by Jaideep Prasad. This text could be altered to include the patient name and the doctor name as well. So location and time, all these signatures would be implemented, and this would improve the credibility of the app and the prescription that is being signed. So talking about the architecture, I am planning to implement a clean architecture using Flutter Block as the ground level state management. So this is how it will work: a presentation layer, a domain layer, and a data layer. Application layer would be included in the presentation layer as itself. So yep, here the folder structure, I am planning to implement a lib folder core, which will contain utilities, constant themes, and data layer, domain layer, and presentation layer. So this folder structure and the architecture I have come up with, I have studied, and I have also contributed to other projects in OSI like Monumento and NeuroTrack as well. So learning from those projects, I have developed this architecture and this folder structure. So this is how I would like to go forward about it. Looking forward to contributing to DocPilot in GSOC. So I have created an extensive proposal, all that I could think through, and just as I've given all my everything to this proposal. It's like an extensive 50-page proposal, and everything has been mentioned here. How I would like to go about and how I'm planning to do. Like this is the database architecture in the um, app, right? How I would like to implement and all. So this is how I would like to go about with the DocPilot. Thank you so much.